Hi, I'm Fat Old Climber, and these are my goals to make 2025 the best year yet. Let's do this. Hi, I'm Gordon, Fat Old Climber, and if you don't know, this channel's about me sharing my journey as a mediocre climber. There's videos on climbing, fitness, weight, and some tech stuff thrown in. It's that time of year when you take stock and look to the future. My 2024 was less than bright for most of it, but finished off on a high. If you want to see how my 2024 went, I've got a video I'll link up here and put a link in the description. And now, here's the distillation of all my plans for 2025. Firstly, I have a life outside of climbing, and I have some goals related to that. So I have some non-Fat Old Climber related goals. I have work related goals. I need to really focus on some business development. I need to turn the business round and focus on some of the stuff I'm trying to achieve there. I have personal life related goals to do with the house, how I'm living, how I spend my time, spending more time with my friends, my relationship status. I do a bit of 3D modelling and I kind of neglected it last year, so I really need to focus on getting that back on track in 2025. And productivity, as ever. I want to continue my focus on improving my productivity, probably doing more with Atomic Habits. My Fat Old Climber goals fall into 4 categories: weight, fitness, climbing, and the YouTube channel. So let's get into these one at a time. I'm currently 32 pounds, that's about 15 kilos away from the lightest I've ever been since I started climbing. So that's going to be my short-term goal. I say short-term because even when I do achieve that, I'll still be about 242 pounds. So I'll still have a long way to go. But when I reach it, I'll review it and I'll come up with another goal. I'm obviously going to be sticking with the Manjaro because at the moment it's working. And not only it's working, I'm finding it easy for it to work. If you don't know anything about that, I've got plenty of videos about it on my channel. But again, I'll review that too in a few months. And I'm expecting the work I'm going to be doing on fitness will also have an impact on my weight. So all in all, a big focus on continuing to reduce my weight over 2025. My long-term goal-ish is to be the lightest I've been for a long, long time. What about fitness? Last year I had some hefty goals, things like 50 press-ups, 10 pull-ups, handstand press-ups, human flag, pistol squats. As you'll have seen from my 2024 video, I didn't really focus on them. I'll probably hold on to these, not so much thinking of them as goals, but more like side quests. And then once every month or two, I'll take stock to see where I am with them. I've got a few things that I'm going to introduce as my fitness regime. But my plan is, because I have been known to try and take on too much at a time, my plan is to introduce them one at a time, starting with the one I'm doing now, and maybe once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks, add a further one until I end up doing them all. First thing I'll be doing is walking. I set out to do walking every day last year, but my knees just went up to it. Combination of weight and the fact that I think I was trying to go too fast. I was really focused on trying to get my heart rate up, and a lot of the research I've looked into more points to the fact that just the walk, just the stroll, just as I'm going just now, is enough. So my plan would be when I can to get out and do it outside, but feeling that I'd bought a walking pad so that I could do this at home, and my target is to walk for 30 minutes a day, a minimum of 30 minutes a day, and I'll introduce it as part of my daily routine, as part of my Atomic Habits implementation. I find it quite easy to walk for half an hour while I'm watching something on the TV, for example, so more of that. I'll also want to do some kind of core workout 2 to 3 times a week. I posted a video recently outlining the plan I had, which was using a Chris Heria hanging bar core workout. I had some feedback about the possibility that maybe it was a bit too much, and I don't disagree. While I still think it's a worthwhile exercise, at the stage I'm at just now with my weight and fitness as it is, it's working my grip strength in my shoulders a lot more than it is my core. I can do it and have sore shoulders and feel nothing in my core. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look about for another core workout that I can do at home 2 or 3 times a week, possibly on the days that I climb, that's really going to focus on my core. Core is really important in climbing, so I really need to focus on that. The other thing I'm going to do is a morning routine, which again I posted a video about, and that will be something that I'll do every morning as part of my morning routine. It'll be before I get my first coffee, whilst I'm having to modify it quite seriously at the moment. The plan would be that soon enough I'll be able to do it quite successfully. So that'll probably be the first thing I introduce in addition to the walking. The last thing I introduce will be freeletics. I did freeletics a few years ago and I really enjoyed it. It's something that's a good combination of conditioning and endurance. I tried to start it up again last year, but my motivation, my fitness, my weight all conspired against me. But there was a Black Friday deal and I took up a year's subscription, so I'm really committed to doing that. Also, I noticed when I looked last month, it looks like the coach has got a lot better in terms of being able to modify the workouts based on how fit you are. I found when I tried it last year, it just was giving me stuff that was far too hard, and whilst I could maybe work on it, I was spending most of my time resting or on the floor or suffering after it. So I'll start that again and ease myself into it. And the last thing I might do, a kind of optional extra, is I might reintroduce deadlifts. I was doing deadlifts a few years ago and really enjoyed it. I didn't do it long enough to know whether it had benefits to my climbing or my fitness, but I see a lot of people doing it and I think it's good for your core. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Is deadlifts worthwhile adding to my fitness regime? So that's it. In terms of exercise, I'm going to be doing walking, I'm going to be doing a morning routine, I'm going to be doing a core workout, but there are other things I'll add to that which are more climbing specific. When I look at my YouTube analytics, with the exception of 1 or 2 of the videos, like the weight loss ones, a large percentage of the people watching are not subscribers, as high as 75%. So if you're in that 75%, if you're watching this video, if you watch any of my videos, and you like what you see or you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. It really, really helps. Fitness-wise, big plans, but I really want to introduce them slowly so that I don't overwhelm myself and I can get the best out of them. And now onto my climbing goals. I'm back on focusing on getting a 7A, which I think is a V6. I've talked about this goal before and I've had it listed as a goal on my Instagram since I started my Instagram, but I haven't really focused on it much. To just explain how I came up with it, there's no real science to it. A few years ago I was speaking to one of my climbing friends and we were talking about my strength and my technique and how if I could lose a lot of weight, that would make a massive difference to what grade I could climb. So we kind of speculated what grade we thought I could do. I just came up with, I reckon I could do a 7A if I lost a ton of weight. So I'm focusing on losing a ton of weight. I will be focusing on strength and fitness. I'll also continue focusing on technique. So I feel like this could be my year for 7A. So I'm looking to push the grade every session. At the moment, the best I'm climbing is an F6A, which I think is about a V3. So first target, 6A plus or maybe a 6B. So I have a fair way to go. A friend of mine regularly criticises me for not trying, which is not wrong, particularly over the last year. I feel like I've been cruising at my climbing sessions. Every now and then I'll feel like I'm trying hard, but I'm not really. I'm not trying climbs I can't do. I'm not working on holds I can't use. I'm not trying climbs I'm scared to do. So in 2025, my biggest focus in climbing is changing that. I'm going to be more trying. Sorry, I'm going to try more. Every single session I'll be pushing the grade. Every single session I'll be working hard. I'm always reminded of a thing that Dave McLeod said in his book, 9 out of 10 climbers make these mistakes. And he reckons that climbers should be spending about 80% of their session working on climbs they can't do. And I've not been doing that. I've been coasting, I've been working, I've been climbing up easy things. So I'm going to do that. Watch out for some videos of me trying hard and failing probably. And I do genuinely believe that failing leads to improvement. The other thing I'm going to do climbing related, which could be considered exercise, but it's far more specific to climbing, is I'm going to do some fingerboard training. I have a fingerboard at home, but I also have a force board meter, and I'm looking into using that because I can't really hold my weight, so everything's going to have to be modified, and that will really make an impact on what I can climb, particularly crimps. And lastly, as well as pushing the grade, I'm going to try and find a way to regularly take stock of how well I'm doing, and I'm going to be using what I think is called the 9C climbing test. The first time I saw it was in a Magnus Mitvo video, and basically it's 4 or 5 exercises you do and you get a score, and that score indicates apparently what grade you can climb. The grade that comes out with is inaccurate because it's more about route climbing. What I've heard is if you subtract 2 it's accurate. I don't really care what the grade is, I care what the score is. So what I'm going to do is every month I'm going to do that type climbing test, and I'm going to be looking for improvement. And last of the 4 areas I'm going to focus on is continuing to grow the YouTube channel. Last year it was the only thing I really focused on for the whole year, and I really consider it to be something that I transformed. It went from failing and struggling to now monetized and steadily growing, and I want to keep focused on that this year. I'm going to be doing more climbing technique stuff. I'm going to be doing more vlogs about climbing. I probably will have some more technical videos, and I'll almost certainly continue to track my progress using Mounjaro and losing weight. So if you're interested in all of those things, stick around. I want to do more to engage with subscribers. Last year I over doubled the subscriber count, and I'd quite like to do that again this year. So we're almost at 2,000. And I think 4,000 is a reasonable target, maybe even 5. So let's go for 5,000 subscribers in 2025. On that subject, if you're not subscribed, then click the subscribe button. Remember to ring the bell, otherwise YouTube won't tell you when I post a new video. Let's get this subscriber count up. Also, let me know in the comments what kind of content is your favourite content on here. Although I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. There's no point if no one's watching it, so I ideally want to be posting content that people like to watch. I've got a notion to be doing more storytelling in the form of vlogs. I've got a notion to be doing more short climb related stuff. A lot of plans. So that's it, I have big plans. I'm starting 2025 genuinely optimistic for the year, rather than that normal forced motivation that people do at this time of year. I genuinely feel things are going well. I plan to share my journey with you throughout the year, and hopefully that's something you're interested in. Don't forget, if you like these videos, hit like. If you have anything to comment on it. If you think you know anyone else who would like it, share it. All of these things do wonders for the algorithm, and the more the algorithm likes the channel, the more YouTube pushes the videos out to other people, and all of that is good for the channel. The channel wouldn't have got to where it got in 2024 without you guys, the people watching. So a heartfelt thanks from me for making that happen, and I look forward to your continued support in the future. So all that's left for me to say is, let's do this. Let's make 2025 the best year yet. Thanks for watching.